And you, all right, he's comfortable. I'm just going to final test. It's Candy from Vintage Treats and Uniques. And I am learning that in this eBay reselling game, sometimes you got to pay to play. What I mean by pay to play is sometimes you make no money, and the only thing that you get out of the whole deal is an education. And what I'm talking about, because I like to do that. I like to just start, talking about something and then being like, "Oh yeah, I haven't said exactly what I'm talking about." I'm talking about the food dog, the porcelain food dog that I sold for $30. And I was so excited. I was so excited about packaging it up really good and getting it to Mexico. Well, I don't know if it ever made it to Mexico because the first selection for eBay international shipping wasn't working. And so the only one that I had to choose, and I called eBay and they tried and it just didn't work. So I had to pick the other one. I thought because it was a little bit more that it was going to include like the full tracking. And they don't tell you these things that it's not a tracking number, it's a customs number. So basically, this item from March 29th to June 14th, which is today, apparently never made it. And I say apparently because what I just found out is that there is no accountability. Once it left the post, the USPS, their hands, uh, there's no accountability for anyone because there's no tracking on it for that particular choice. And it's been so long, I don't even know what it was called. Is it on here? The only thing that I have, my online label record, it doesn't say. Oh, okay. First class mail international. I will never, ever, ever do that again because you can't track it. I didn't know that. If I knew that, I wouldn't have done it. But when when you learn, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. So what I did find out is that I should have chose, and I spoke to a very nice gentleman. Can't tell you his name, but anyways, what I learned was that I probably should have done the Priority International, and the Priority International would have been $54.10, or the buyer should have paid that. And actually, if they really wanted, the buyer probably wouldn't have even paid that. So it really makes you think. But if it was like a really, really cool, expensive, like valuable item, then you can go down the line. But all of these other choices, Priority International, Express Mail International, Global Express, that uses FedEx. That's like that's like the highest one. That would have been $93. And but see, all of these are guaranteed, and like you can get the insurance, and you can get your postage back from the post office, and you can get the money that that the customer paid um, if it's lost. Of course, they can't do anything if it's stolen. That's a whole other deal. But I mean, I know there's other insurances. But anyway, so what I'm learning is that there's no recourse for me, and that eBay is not they are not taking my side on this as far as of today, because this has been going on since March 29th, and they were giving the customer until June 8th to file for a refund. And I had been back and forth calling them and like, oh yeah, you're doing everything right. There's nothing for you to do, and then you contact the post office, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, okay, I'm good. And like kind of hoping it was in a room, in a warehouse somewhere, and it was going to arrive to them. And but see, that's me and my naive, new eBay seller, mindset. And so that never happened. And so June 8th came and gone. So they are requesting the refund. Then I get the thing from eBay that they are requesting the refund and that there's a $50 hold on my account. Why is there a $50 hold? So I call and they say, well, you have to go to the, you have to go to the post office and you have to make a claim. Okay, so I go to the post office, I get this paper, I make this call, and I find out there is no claim. There is no claim to make because I chose the cheapest one and there's no tracking. Okay, well, I didn't know that. Now I know. So, no recourse for me, but I did pay for that education to move forward and to make better choices, and so that buyers have better options. Although I'm sure buyers know because they've probably bought things more than I've sold things internationally. Um, and here's the other thing without having the tracking number is like there's no accountability for who for employees, and there's no accountability for the buyer. I'm not saying that I know I'm learning enough that there are a ton of scammers that go on eBay. So I'm not saying that this buyer is one of them, but they know that there's no tracking. So there is nothing stopping anyone from saying that they received it or they didn't receive it and to collect a refund anyways. There's nothing keeping a postal worker honest in any country where there's no tracking, because most likely they're also going to know that it stops with them. And so that's another thing to take a look at and to think about, because we do all this work, we go out, we find these things, and we put the money into the shipping, into the products that we're using to protect the item. So why would we want to do so much work in and make all of that voided out by choosing the wrong shipping service or shipping selection? So again, I'm just like rich in knowledge and not rich in funds today. And the thing that sucks even more is that like this wasn't something that I recently like picked. This kind of sucks. Like I have collected food dogs for years, and I started to thin out my collection with just keeping like some of the rare older ones. And I'm looking across the way. I have one that's really giant. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, like I think 8 food dogs that I'm keeping, that are really special to me and that are unique and old. So I decided to let that one go. So that one was in my possession for like 20 something years. Like one of the first things that I bought when I was, got into collecting, well, yeah, that I got into collecting food dogs. And so it kind of stings a little more because um, it was a personal item, like that I was thinking that I was letting it, that I was passing on to someone else to appreciate it. So that kind of backfired. But again, I learned I learned a lot, and I'm still going to try to see. Uh, in fact, I'm going to call eBay, or well, I'm going to do the info, the messaging, and ask to talk to somebody. Then they'll call me, and I'm just going to tell them what happened today and what I found out, that there is no recourse. And because they say, oh, we're doing our investigation, you have till June 14th. Okay, so when I was asking, this particular eBay agent was not a very nice person, and so hopefully I will get a better person. But like there is, eBay, yes, they did give me my shipping back. I think I got the whole thing back. I'm not sure, but I would like to know that eBay is at least supporting me in this, in this part, because you don't know everything when you start. So they could at least help me out and maybe split the difference and maybe give me half of what I lost. Because I mean, or give me my fees. Like, that's kind of funny. Like, you're not at least I mean, if I have to lose in this, at least give me my fees back and a portion of what of what I lost. So I'm going to try that. Um, and see what happens. But hopefully um this helps you if you're a new seller. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that this has happened to. Maybe everyone just, automatically knows, but I highly doubt that. So, we're all in this resale community, whether it's vintage or new, any kind of collectible, I like to think that we're all trying to help each other. And at least in my end, I don't see everyone as, as competition. I mean, unless I spot like a reseller, in a thrift store, and I was like, oh, wait, okay, that's not my genre. We all have had that. Like, we're like, oh, 2 seconds, I would be buying that. But, that's just happy, competition. Um, but we're all in this. We're all trying to make a buck and have fun doing it. So, this is not very fun. So, anyways, yeah, paying to play, paying for your education, it is a real thing. It's not just paying up for something or buying something that you really thought like was going to make some money, and then you did more research when you got home and you found out that it was the wrong thing. We all have things that we bought that at first we were like, ooh, that's worth a lot. And then you're like, wah, wah. And you still have it, or you gave it away, or you know, broke even or lost on it. We all have those experiences. So this is one of those experiences that today I will probably be paying the full $50 back to this person. Because if I don't, uh, apparently eBay will do that. They will refund this person their entire $50. But then what happens? Then you get like, you get the negative notch on your name. And I'm not a brand yet, and I don't officially pay for a store. I just have, I have these items. And like any business, word of mouth and reviews um are a big thing. Like my last purchase was that was a good thing. Except they chose, they chose to they were very nice with me in comments and communication. But once they got their item, they didn't give me any feedback or a review. I did for them, and but they didn't for me. So those things are important, especially when you're just starting out. So I definitely do not want to have a negative thing, because it looks like it to anyone. If they saw the review that said, oh, they didn't give me my money back and it was lost, you know I don't want that. So I'm paying. I will pay. I will try to get something back from eBay. I don't know if I will, but you know every every sale matters. And every person, every buyer matters. And so I gonna get going on that. So I'm gonna say it again. I'm so over it. I am so over this pay to play eBay experience. So I'm done. I'm done. I did the refund. I got the $4 and whatever credit from their fees they added. And I had to re-put my debit card because they go from the available funds. I told the guy, I'm small. I don't have any available funds, so will they just take it out of my regular account that they have on file? They said yes. No, you have to hit the option. You have to add your card. And now I just took the screenshot that my refund is processing. So now I can move on. so over it. I'm done. I paid to play. I'm in the game. It's what it is, and I'm gonna move on. So that's it. We'll see what happens, because I already know what I gotta do. So now I'm done with it. Done with it.